And in a significant development in the U.S. Jewish and conservative communities, multiple Jewish groups are now withdrawing or threatening to withdraw from the Heritage Foundation's anti-Semitism initiative known as Project Esther. The move comes in response to the foundation's public defense of Tucker Carlson after his interview with controversial figure Nick Fuentes, who is widely recognized for anti-Semitic views. The resignations signal a major split between conservative think tanks and Jewish organizations over principles and trust. We are now joined by Rabbi Yaakov Menken, Executive Vice President of the Coalition for Jewish Values and member of the Advisory Board of Religious Leaders for the U.S. Religious Liberty Commission. Thank you for being with us.
Good morning from America, and thank you for having me.
Good morning. To begin, what were the key factors that led your organization to decide to cut ties and withdraw?
Well, if one looks at the video from Kevin Roberts, the head of the Heritage Foundation from last week, he said he would back Tucker Carlson, and Heritage would, in all situations, would never disavow him. But after he set up a straw man and demonized Jews, those who were protesting Tucker Carlson's speech, as if they were a venomous coalition out to get Tucker. Tucker is obviously the one being venomous in this situation. If you look at the people he's now bringing on his show and the things he is saying himself, when he talks about Israel committing genocide in Gaza, he is joining the very forces that Project Esther is supposed to be designed to contradict and rebut and silence.
Yes, but the Heritage Foundation's president, Kevin Roberts, who you just mentioned, he apologized for his initial defense of Tucker Carlson, and he stated that the foundation will never stop fighting against anti-Semitism in all of its forms. Does that apology sufficiently address the concerns raised by your group?
I would say it's finally a step in the right direction. For about 5 days, he was dodging around and not actually apologizing for it. Now he's realizing that, yes, Tucker Carlson says things that are honestly and truly evil against the Jewish community. And we cannot pretend that there's this idea of, no enemies on the right. That's great for political partisans. But if you're out there promoting values, and especially Jewish values, like we do as a Jewish organization, we're called Coalition for Jewish Values. We cannot pretend to be partisan. If we're going to call out Ilhan Omar or Rashida Tlaib, we're going to call out Marjorie Taylor Greene and Tucker Carlson when they use the same rhetoric. And what Kevin Roberts did was refuse to come in with that and even make us out to be the bad guys. Now, hopefully, this what we saw last night from him was a step back in the right direction, but we had already laid out, here's what needs to happen, and we got something back that was entirely inadequate, and we had left it for enough time. We had to say, we're out. They can always invite us back when they correct the situation.
And your withdrawal is being seen as a message to the conservative movement. What do you hope this action achieves in terms of how anti-Semitism is handled within conservative think tanks and media allies?
The bright point in all this is that on the left, they allowed anti-Semitism to fester until it boiled over. And then all of a sudden, we have anti-Semites actually in Congress telling us horrible things about Jews. And Jewish organizations just sat there, or worse, became indoctrinated themselves. Now, on the right, that's not going to be allowed to happen. And by the way, it's not as if it's Jewish organizations versus conservatives. The entire task force is comprised of mostly non-Jewish organizations, and everybody was outraged. Here we have the sponsoring organization saying they will back an anti-Semite, and that's really where the thing lies. It's a matter of one organization, and particularly its head. He had a town hall yesterday, which was not a smooth sail because of the amount of pushback he was getting from his own people within Heritage Foundation. So I think this is hopefully a teachable moment that anti-Semitism should never be accepted among decent American pro-values conservatives the way it has been accepted, sadly, on the left.
Rabbi Yaakov Menken, thank you very much.
Thank you.